Now, Mr. Secretary, I want to ask you about, I actually sent you a letter. I led a letter about this and had 53 signatures of my colleagues on it. It has to do with the President's fiscal year 2023 budget. And once again, it promotes taxpayers' funding of abortions by excluding the long-standing bipartisan Hyde Amendment protections that prohibit the use of taxpayer dollars to subsidize abortion services. Are you aware of that?
Congressman, I'm fully aware of this issue and the deeply held beliefs that really reside behind it.
Thank you. I wanted the letter that I sent you and that was signed, as I say, by 53 of my colleagues. I mentioned in there our concerns about the task force on reproductive health. And you're familiar with that. I believe that's something that was implemented, instigated by your office.
It absolutely was.
Okay, well, you know, that was on the 49th anniversary, I believe, of Roe versus Wade, where you announced that you'd be forming this task force with the explicit purpose, as I understand it, of promoting abortion in response to pro-life laws passed by states and increase abortions in foreign countries?
Congressman, I have long supported reproductive decisions and privacy under Roe v. Wade.
Okay, but what about the Hyde Amendment? And what I'm getting at here, 73% of Americans oppose using their tax dollars to pay for abortions in other countries. 73%. And just recently, in January, a majority of Americans opposed taxpayer funding for any abortions here in America as well. So we're talking about taxpayers' dollars here being used for something that they're opposed to, and that is for taking the life of the unborn. And that's from my perspective. The task force that, as I understand it, it formalizes the pro-abortion advocacy at home and abroad it's already been promoted through HHS. Does this new task force intend to use federal funds to advocate against state laws to protect the unborn?
The purpose of the task force is to make sure that we are enforcing the laws that are in place and protecting people's rights under those laws.
Including the Hyde Amendment?
Any law that's in place, we will
including Hyde, that's easy, yes or no? Including the Hyde Amendment?
We will enforce and protect the rights of people under all our existing laws.
Including the Hyde Amendment, yes.
We will.
Yeah, okay. I'm a pharmacist. I'm not a lawyer, so you can use your lawyer talk with me. But
I'm being pretty clear. We're going to enforce every
pretty clear, and that includes the Hyde Amendment, which protects the unborn and prohibits the use of taxpayers' money for abortion.
As I said, we're going to protect every person's rights under existing law. I'm not excluding any particular laws. I'm just going to make sure I enforce the laws properly. I am obligated to comply with the law. And so if there's a law in place, I'm going to comply with it.
Good. And that shows us and tells me how important it is that we make sure that Hyde Amendment rules are added into any budget and into any laws, any appropriations that we have. So thank you, Mr. Secretary, for being here. Appreciate your indulgence, and I yield back.
Thank you for your question.